What's up, guys? Welcome to the first ever Push the Pace podcast. My name is Sam Phillips.
And my name is Tracy. We're just two guys that met around almost 2 years ago.
Yeah, it's been like 2 years.
We're just hooping, connected right there. Both love the game of basketball, and we just want to share our love with everybody else and talk about it with everybody.
Yeah. I mean, we're very excited for this. Don't know how this is going to go, but I mean, here we are. Let's have fun. Let's start this thing up.
Yes, sir. Let's talk hoops. All right, for the first part of this podcast, we're going to be looking over all the West teams, their additions and loss of the offseason. So we're going to start with the Utah Jazz. They lost Rudy Gay, Damian Jones, Juan Toscano-Anderson. Their key pickups were John Collins, Taylor Hendricks, Keontae George. That's about it.
Wow. Okay. So obviously the Utah Jazz, I think they made a great pickup in John Collins. Obviously, I think they got him for basically dirt. Like, they didn't even have to trade anything for him. I think it was like a second rounder or something like that. Yeah, I mean, they got John Collins for dirt cheap, and they have great young pieces on their team. But my question is, what are they going to do going forward? You know, they don't have a bona fide star. They just have a bunch of good, like, rotation pieces. So I don't think they're going to be competitive this year. I love Walker Kessler. I think he's going to be great in this league. But my thing is, it's not a if, it's a when. When are they going to trade for a star to go around those players?
Yeah, right now I think they're still in the early stage of rebuilding.
Yeah.
They're just taking shots with these draft picks, like Taylor Hendricks hopefully becomes a star in this league. And I just think they're going to be shooting their shot with draft picks right now until they have a solid foundation.
Yeah, 100%. I couldn't agree more.
Alrighty, we're going to move on to the San Antonio Spurs.
Wemby.
They really didn't lose anybody this offseason, and they added Reggie Bullock, Cameron Payne, and Victor Wembanyama.
Really? Cameron Payne. That'd be interesting. That's an interesting duo with Bob. I mean, same with the Jazz. I think obviously Wembanyama, I think he's going to be a generational player. He's definitely someone to watch this year, but I don't think they're going to be competitive. Same as the Jazz. What are you thinking?
Well, to be honest with you,
okay.
I think Victor Wembanyama, it's not going to be all that.
Really?
Maybe if he puts weight on him, he'll be better in the league. I mean, Chet, he's already gained like 15 pounds of muscle already.
Yeah. We
got to see what Victor does, but these first few years, we have a LeBron James charging down you in the paint. It's not going to look too pretty. It's going to be crazy to see how he stays healthy.
Yeah. Well, I mean, his weight is going to be an issue, obviously. Yeah. He's going to get bullied. We've seen him get bullied where he's playing now. But you compared him to Chet. You don't think that his skill is like better than Chet?
For sure, his skill-wise is better than Chet, but you just got to see how he like Giannis was just built like him when he came in, but he gained the weight, and look at Giannis now. It's just see if he's gains that weight fast, because he's too skinny and will get hurt, I feel like.
So you don't think he's going to have an impact until he puts that weight on?
He'll have an impact, but they won't be a playoff team.
So he's not going to put like the team on his back. Gotcha. Okay, that makes sense. I agree with that assessment, but yeah, I don't see him making playoffs this year.
Yeah, for sure. It's 4 years. And they'll be playing.
But obviously, you can only go up with a number 1 overall pick. So
correct.
They're doing great.
Yes. So next, we're going to go to the Sacramento Kings. They lost Terrence Davis, P.J. Dozier, Rashawn Holmes, and they drafted Colby Jones. They signed Nerlens Noel. That's about it. Just some late
really
draft picks. They did not. They re-signed Harrison Barnes, Trey Lyles, and Sabonis.
Yeah, so basically the same team. I mean, the people they lost, wasn't really playing. They weren't in the rotation.
Slight upgrade with Nerlens Noel.
Yeah, Nerlens Noel's a good pickup. I agree. That's they definitely. I think they needed some bolstering at their center rotation. That's what they did. But do you think Nerlens Noel moves the needle for them?
Oh, not at all. They're still a high C team. They're high energy.
100%.
They got a lot of scoring. They just got to lock down on the defense side. I think they were the best offense last season.
Yeah, they were crazy. Yeah. De'Aaron Fox and Sabonis is a top 5 duo in the league. Easy.
Yeah.
That's what I mean. At least I think so. But Yeah, the Kings are definitely going to be competitive. They're competitive last year, but they didn't get better in my eyes.
Yeah.
It's going to be interesting to see where they fall.
And hopefully they weren't a one-hit wonder. I hope they're actually good.
I don't think they will be.
Yeah.
I mean, they still have young players developing, and I think they'll be fine. I think they'll be fine.
So next, the Portland Trailblazers. They lost Kevin Knox, Cam Reddish, Nate Williams, and Justice Winslow. They added in John Butler, Jeremy Grant, and Matisse Thybulle. My bad. They re-signed all them. They added Scoot Henderson, Chris Murray, and Ryan Rupert.
Yeah, so, I mean, elephant in the room. Let's go ahead and get it out of the way. They made a great pick in Scoot Henderson, but Dame Lillard is more than likely not going to be on the team next year.
Yeah, they're going to enter their rebuilding phase next year.
100%.
I wouldn't be surprised seeing Jeremy Grant or Grant trying to get out of there soon.
Requesting a trade. After. I can see that. Yeah. He could be a great piece on a contending team.
Yeah.
100%.
But his contract is going to be hard to trade.
Yeah, that's true. But Jeremy Grant's good, man. I think he's worth it. But I mean, let's be real. They're not gonna make playoffs.
Yeah.
If I don't even see Dame coming back at this point, there's just no possibility for that.
Yeah, it's gonna be interesting to see if he even shows up to training camp if he's not traded by.
I doubt it. Yeah. I doubt it. He's trying to leave.
Alrighty, next we're gonna go to the Phoenix Suns. They lost Bismack Biyombo. They lost everybody. Torrey Craig, Jacques Lindell, Chris Paul, Cameron Payne, Terrence Ross, Landry Shamet, T.J. Warren. And they just rebuilt their whole roster.
Yeah, basically.
They added Bradley Beal, Bol, Drew Eubanks, Eric Gordon.
Yeah.
And Watanabe. That's a good pickup. Watanabe for a minimum. That's insane to me.
Oh, okay. Yeah, the shooter.
Yeah,
I know exactly who you're talking about. Yeah, he's a great pickup. I think Bol's a great pickup. I think Eric Gordon's a great pickup. They have Bradley Beal now. They have Devin Booker. They have Kevin Durant. With 3 stars like that, I mean, I don't see a way that you can fail.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, they're a very good team. They have been in the past, but the biggest question mark is their depth.
And injuries.
Injuries as well.
That is a very old team.
Yeah, can KD stay healthy? Can Bradley Beal stay healthy? Devin Booker's done pretty good in his career so far, staying healthy. It's just going to be a question of depth and injuries, just like you said. But I definitely think they're going to be a top 3 seed in the West.
Yeah. Then we're moving on to the Oklahoma City Thunder. They lost Dario Saric, Jared Butler, and that's about it. They added Davis Bertans, Keaton Johnson, Victor Oladipo, Casey Wallace, Ty Washington, and Jack White.
Yeah, so OKC, they're really interesting, man.
They just added on to their young core pretty much.
Yeah, they added on to their young core. They still have Shai. They have Chet coming in as a rookie this year because he didn't play last year. I think, and they were in the play-in.
Yes.
They were in the play-in. Yeah. They could easily continue growing and take another step forward and be in the playoff picture. It very easily could happen.
Then Davis Bertans' contract is expiring next year.
Mm-hmm.
They have so much money.
They can bring some more people in. Easy.
They're set up for the future right now.
Yeah.
Their whole team is young right now.
If I'm an OKC fan, I'm excited for the future.
Yeah.
100%.
So next we're going to be going to the New Orleans Pelicans. They lost Jackson Hayes, Willie Hernan-Gomez, Josh Richardson, and they added Cody Zeller and Jordan Hawkins.
Yeah, not great pickups, to be honest.
I think it's time for them to move on from Zion.
Yeah, I was going to mention that. Big thing. There's been reports that they were at the draft. There were reports that they were looking into Zion trade packages to maybe go get Scoot. Obviously, it didn't happen. But the question is, are they loyal to Zion? And is Zion loyal to them? Because he doesn't seem very happy in that situation over there.
Yeah, it's going to be weird this season. See if he stays healthy, first off. He's barely been on the
Never healthy. He's never healthy.
Sad that his prime was in high school and college.
Yeah, but I mean, the thing is, a healthy Zion with the Pelicans, they're a dangerous team.
Yeah.
They're a dangerous team, but the problem is now it's all politics. And now it's, does this team want me? Or, hey, is Zion committed here? Does Zion want to win here? You know, that's the big question for them.
They do have a good team, though.
I do agree. I think they have a great team. B.I., CJ McCollum.
Hopefully Zion's healthy the whole season.
Yeah,
it sucks seeing a young guy stay injured his whole life.
100%. And they've done everything they can to build around him.
Yeah.
It's not like, they've been failing. I mean, it's just up to Zion. That's the question mark.
All right, next we're going to go to the Minnesota Timberwolves. They lost Nathan Knight, Jalen Noel, Torian Prince, Austin Rivers, and Matt Ryan. They added Troy Brown, Jalen Clark, and Shake Milton. They re-signed Anthony Edwards, but they really didn't do nothing this offseason.
No, they really didn't do anything. And that's the thing. There was rumors of Cat getting traded.
Yeah, they need to pick a center.
I mean, Cat can play the 4, though, because he can shoot. So that's what they were trying to do, is pair like a defensive-minded center with Cat because he can spread the floor. And honestly, it's not a bad plan. They went all in. I think it was a terrible trade, by the way. I mean, I think that's transparent. So many assets for Rudy Gobert. And I've seen that this summer he's been working on his jumper. He's trying to become stretch for as well. But is that going to happen? My bet's on no. I don't think that they take a leap forward. I don't think they move. If anything, I think they go down.
Yeah, I do too. Rudy Gobert, I don't think he's a good locker room guy.
I can see that.
I feel like him and Cat are butting heads, and their chemistry is probably spiraling downhill right now. You guys see what happens this season. It's going to be a weird situation. And
you also got to monitor Anthony Edwards, all right? Like, is he going to get upset? Because he's the generational player. Like, he's somebody who can lead a team. And you have this whole center rotation where they're spending, I forgot what the number was, but a huge chunk of their contracts is going to their center rotation.
Yeah.
Nas Reed, right?
Yeah,
they signed him back
for a big contract.
Yeah. So you got to wonder, is Anthony Edwards happy? Is he going to stay loyal as well?
Yeah. Memphis Grizzlies. They lost Dylan Brooks and Tyus Jones. They added Josh Christopher, Derrick Rose, Marcus Smart. They had a great offseason, in my opinion.
Really?
Yes.
I'm going to disagree with you on
really?
that. I disagree.
They have 2 of the defensive players of the years on their team.
Yeah, that's very true, but you can't undermine the impact that Tyus Jones had on the Memphis Grizzlies.
Yeah.
And you got to remember, Ja Morant is going to be suspended for half of the season.
Yeah, it's going to be Derrick Rose trying to.
I see what they did, taking a leap of faith, going for Marcus Smart. I think it's a great pickup. I'm not saying that it's not. I just don't think it's a great replacement while Ja's out, right? But you lose Tyus Jones, and who was the other one you said he lost? Dylan Brooks. Yeah, that's 2 guards that were key pieces in their rotations last year. Marcus Smart's going to have to get used to a new system. I don't think it's that big of a deal, but I don't think they took a step up, man.
Yeah.
Tyus Jones is a very good point guard, and he's one of the most underrated players in the league.
And another thing to watch out for, Steven Adams was not enjoying his time there last year.
Really?
That's what I saw reported. I would see Steven Adams trying to get out of there, and their center
really
would turn weird.
Yeah, man, but I mean, their superstar is going to be out half the season. They have Marcus Smart coming in. I mean, he's not somebody who can go drop. I mean, I'm not trying to disrespect Marcus Smart. I love Marcus Smart, but he's not someone who could fill the shoes of Ja Morant.
So next we're gonna go to the Lakers. They lost Mo Bamba, Malik Beasley, Troy Brown, Dennis Schroeder, and Tristan Thompson, and Lonnie Walker.
Mm-hmm.
They added Jackson Hayes. They drafted Jalen Hood. And they got Torian Prince and Cam Reddish and Gabe Vincent.
Yeah, so it's great.
Yeah.
Great. They had probably one of the best off seasons this year.
Yeah.
And I don't know how they keep doing it.
Pays to be a big market, man.
Man, that's crazy. Like they seem to be down in the dumps, and then they just pull something out of their hat. Yeah. Like no one saw Gabe Vincent going to the Lakers.
They had a great. Their front office is really good. Like the way they went to the trade deadline last year and turned it around. I don't see how you do that.
Yeah, and the Lakers are a benchmark of the league too. Like, if you're in the NBA, like why wouldn't it be intriguing to go play for the Lakers?
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Playing next to LeBron James.
Exactly, LeBron James. And one of their big things that they did this year was they added the big men pieces in Jackson Hayes and Torian Prince to kind of back up AD when he does have injuries, because it is a win. He gets injured every year. But they added those pieces to kind of like take some of that load off of him, and just for insurance, basically, for whenever he does get hurt. And they gave LeBron more shooters. Like, what more can you ask for? You re-signed Reeves. I think they had a great offseason, man, and I'd put them up there in the contender circle. Not even gonna lie.
Yeah, they're deep.
They're
Got a
deep.
good defensive minded team, and they can score too. They got so many options.
Absolutely.
It'll be crazy to see what they do.
Absolutely.
Next, we're gonna go over to the Clippers. They lost Eric Gordon. That's about it. And they had a KJ Martin, Jordan Miller, and Kobe Brown.
Yeah, Clippers didn't really do anything, did they?
No, they just re-signed Westbrook and Mason Plumlee.
Yeah, but I mean, it is worth mentioning. There has been reports they're trying to get Harden, right?
Yeah.
But there was a report today that talks have stopped, probably because the Clippers are lowballing them because they know this is the only team Harden wants to come to. But I don't see the end of the offseason them not doing anything. I think they're gonna end up getting James Harden one way or another, and it's gonna be a big three of Harden, PG, Kawhi. Does that move the needle? Does that make them a championship team? Maybe. It depends on if they're healthy.
If it doesn't happen, we're about to see a lot of fat suit season.
Oh, dude, yeah, we are, no doubt about it. But I'm gonna go ahead and assume they go in with their current roster because that's all we can do. Trade hasn't been announced yet. Current roster, they don't take a leap. They're the exact same team, and it's a year older PG and Kawhi. I think PG will be fine, but I feel like Kawhi's body's taking a lot of wear and tear lately. Like he can barely stay on the floor. You know what I mean?
They're getting old and
yeah. I mean, he's still great. Don't get me wrong, but it's just a question of injuries.
It's a duo of injuries, pretty much.
Yeah.
All right, next we're gonna move over to Houston. They lost KJ Martin, Ty Washington, Josh Christopher, and DJ Augustine. They added Dylan Brooks, Jeff Green, Nathaniel Hitton, Aaron Gordon, Jocelyn Doe, and they drafted Amen Thompson, signed Fred VanVleet, got Cam Whitmore late. He was supposed to be a top 10 pick.
Mm-hmm.
And got Nate Williams Jr.
Really? Okay. So Houston, it's kind of like, what are you doing? You know what I mean? Like they paid a lot of money to Dylan Brooks, a lot of money, and then they brought in Fred VanVleet. Great pickup. I'm not saying these aren't good pickups, but do they even make the play in?
I think they're still so young right now.
Yeah,
they're not going to make the play in.
Yeah,
they're gonna lose some close games.
It's going to be a development year.
Yes, and like for the two guys they signed, Dylan Brooks and Fred, they have to overpay because it's Houston. No one wants to go to Houston, so they're having to overpay these guys just.
Sorry, Houston. Yeah, but I mean, I realize why they brought them in, right? Yeah. Veteran leadership. They want to develop their young players. I get it. I really love Sengun. I think he's going to be amazing in the coming years. Like 5 years from now, I wouldn't be surprised if he's an all-star.
So we're going to move over to Golden State Warriors. They lost DiVincenzo, Micah Green, Andre Iguodala, Jordan Poole, which I'm questioning the Golden State Warriors. They signed Corey Joseph, traded for Chris Paul, and got Dario Saric from Phoenix.
Yeah, so the Warriors is hard, man, because they made this trade, got Jordan Poole out of there. You have to think it's because of the beef him and Draymond have. I mean, Jordan Poole probably didn't want to be there anymore after that got leaked. Let's be real. But they brought in Chris Paul, and the question is why, right? And this is not disrespect to Chris Paul, but look at the fit. Like, how is it going to work? Is Steph Curry going to go play shooting guard? Because Chris Paul doesn't want to come off the bench.
Yeah, maybe they're going for win now, right now.
Yeah.
Once all these guys are out of the league, they're going to clean table and restart there. Maybe Jordan Poole will probably be close to 30 when they're out of the league, so they might just want to restart. Yeah,
that's true. But, I mean, they're the Warriors. You can't count them out. Yeah. You can never count them out. They have Steph Curry on their team. They have Klay Thompson. They have Draymond Green, one of the best defensive players in the league.
And Chris Paul's addicted to the finals. I don't remember if you saw what he said. He was addicted to playing in the finals.
Yeah.
2 years sober.
2 years sober.
That's good.
Good for you, Chris Paul. But yeah, man, my question to you is, do you think they'll still be competitive?
Yeah, I think it just depends on health. If they're healthy, they'll somehow end up in the Western Conference Finals and seem like the unstoppable team. Yeah. It's just, if they're healthy, they're that team. They're the guy.
Steph Curry. Yeah.
So we're gonna move over to the Denver Nuggets.
Mm-hmm.
They lost Bruce Brown, Thomas Bryant, Jeff Green, Ish Smith, and they
Didn't really add nobody
They
except
added
draft,
Justin
right?
Holiday.
Justin Holiday. I mean, the people they did add was either through the draft or they were minor free agents, right?
It looks like they added 4 undrafted free agents.
Wow.
Yeah.
So here's the thing with the Nuggets. They just won the championship. Jokic has the title of the best player in the world, right? I mean, nobody can take that from him right now with his performance in the playoffs and finals. He dominated. That's what he did. So a Nikola Jokic-led team is gonna go far. They're obviously gonna be in the playoffs. I think they're gonna be a top 4 team in the West. But the problem is they lost Bruce Brown, they lost Jeff Green, and people hear those names and they're like, some people are like, I don't think that's gonna be a big deal, but I think it is. You need those role players. You need those role players, man. They're high-end role players that knew what they were doing, man. They knew their role. They played it well, and that's a big reason why they had their run.
Yeah, they're very key, and it'll be interesting to see how their depth is when they get going.
I think they'll probably make a trade at the deadline.
And they always get these rookies out of nowhere.
Christian Brown. Yeah. Shout out Christian Brown.
They find the steal of the draft always.
Yeah, he's a dog,
and
man.
He'll probably have an impact with one of these guys.
100%.
But it's going to be a weird season. Hopefully they didn't settle with winning the championship last year. And
yeah,
I feel like when you win a championship, you still want to improve your roster, not just settle.
As it's constructed right now, let me ask you: they lost those 2 players. Do you think? What are their chances? 1 to 100%. What are their chances of repeating?
40%.
40%?
The West is stacked.
Yeah, it is stacked. The 40% is still pretty high, though.
Yeah, that's
still pretty high, though. Okay.
You can't ever doubt.
Yeah, I mean, I just wanted to ask.
Betting odds are probably another up there.
I just wanted to ask. Who we got next?
We got the Dallas Mavericks. They lost Davis Bertans, Reggie Bullock, Justin Holiday, Markieff Morris, Frank Ntilikina.
Yeah, they did a rebuild basically.
And Christian Wood, we don't know what's going to happen with him yet.
He's not going to be on the team.
He's not going to be on the team. But
he's not going to be on the team.
Can't get higher than a minimum.
I don't think JaVale's going to be on the team either.
Yes. Yeah, you might as well put JaVale out of there. Sounds like they're going to waive his contract. And they added Seth Curry, Dante Exum, Rashawn Holmes, drafted Derek Lively, Max Prosper.
Yeah.
And Grant Williams is the big sign for them.
Yeah.
It's a bigger name than Dallas usually gets.
No, but it's what they needed, right? So with the Mavs, I think that they're another team that had an outstanding offseason, right?
Yes, I believe they won the draft.
Yeah, the big question going into the offseason was who are they going to draft and are they going to re-sign Kyrie Irving, right? They ended up re-signing Kyrie Irving and adding young, athletic pieces that play defense, which is exactly what you need on a team around Luka and Kyrie. You need people who can shoot and play defense.
And Luka and Kyrie are going to have an offseason together to gel their chemistry and everything.
Yeah.
That was the first time Kyrie has gotten traded during the season. So it'll be good for him to have this offseason with Luka. That'd be super cool to see him go to Slovenia. Yeah,
that would be really cool. But another big question mark for the Mavs is the big thing going into the offseason was, are they going to get a center? And they still haven't done that. They drafted Derek Lively. I get it. But the chances of him being that impact center right away is very low. I do think he's a great pickup, though. I think he will be something. He just needs development.
We just need a stopgap center. And right now, Dwight Powell's he's gonna start, but it'll be 5 minutes, and we're gonna have a center rotation.
Dwight Powell, man. But yeah, I think they had a great offseason. They're taking a step in the right direction. I think they're not done yet.
Yeah, they're just waiting to see what happens with Pascal Siakam.
Yeah.
Atlanta, man. That means Clint Capela's going to be on the block, and they're going to try to squeeze in as a third team.
Yeah, we got a lot to talk about in the East next week, for sure.
Yeah, that'll be crazy. Alrighty, y'all. So we're going to be talking about the West MVP and the West Most Improved players. The next podcast, we'll be talking about the East MVP and the East Most Improved. But right now, we're just going to do the West right now. Yeah,
and for full clarity, this is for who we think is going to just outperform everyone next year in this conference. You got anybody in mind?
West MVP. I'm between 2 guys right now.
Okay.
It's Jokic.
It's Jokic. Is Jokic and who?
Luka.
Jokic and Luka.
I don't see. It's gonna be hard to see what Luka's numbers are next season with another bona fide superstar next to him.
Yeah.
But he's still gonna be Luka Doncic, and he's, as we can see overseas, he looks like he's in the most shape of his life.
Yeah.
But Jokic is Jokic.
Jokic is Jokic.
He's racing his horses right now, preparing for the season. he's gonna come in and do his thing. It's gonna be neck and neck, but I think I'm gonna go with Luka because seems like he's gonna take his next step.
Yeah.
What you think?
I'm gonna go ahead and do the cop out answer. I'm gonna say Jokic because he just had the most dominant performance that we've ever seen. Like he couldn't be stopped in the playoffs, and I don't think that's gonna stop unless he had one too many beers. Out in his motherland. But yeah, I'm gonna go with Jokic. I just don't see anybody slowing him down. I think
Jokic doesn't get injured either. He's always seems like he's always healthy.
Yeah. I think honorable mention. Sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off. I think honorable mention is De'Aaron Fox. I think De'Aaron Fox is going to have a big year again. Yeah. He had a big year last year. I think he's going to have another one this year.
Yeah. Who do you think will be the most improved player on the West?
Most improved player or most improved team?
We can do both.
We can do both. Okay. I'll go ahead and give my most improved team.
Okay.
I think the most improved team will be the Lakers.
Lakers?
Yeah, because they were shaky last year. There was a point when they had like a terrible record. It was the beginning of the season last year. We were like, oh, I don't even think they're going to make playoffs. And then they got in and they did good. They obviously made playoffs. They made a little run. But they added so many good pieces. Like, I just have a hard time seeing them anywhere outside of the third seed.
I'm going to go on a limb here.
Okay.
I think this team might double how many wins they had last year.
Ooh,
Houston
double.
Rockets.
Houston Rockets.
Yeah, they won 17 games, I think, something around
Okay,
there.
so that's not hard to double.
Yeah, exactly. So how are they not the most improved team?
Yeah. I mean, it makes sense.
They might sneak into the play-in. Most improved player.
Okay, I got one. You got one?
Yeah.
I'll go first. Most improved player, I think, and you might be surprised by this, or maybe not. Bradley Beal.
Okay.
Bradley Beal, because his motivation to hoop in Washington dwindled. Like there was a season where he was a scoring leader, and I think that was 2 or 3 seasons ago, and he was hooping great. But I mean, let's be real. Did we really even like talk about Bradley Beal last year? Did mainstream media even talk about Bradley Beal last year? Because he was injured.
Well, he was injured.
Injured. Yeah, but I mean, he didn't really play great.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's almost like he knew his time was up.
Yeah.
He's ready to go. And I think he's going to come in now that he's on a team that he sees he can win, and he's going to contribute right away.
Man, it sounds like I'm going with Houston all the way, but like Fred VanVleet, he's going to be
Really?
the guy in Houston.
You think he's going to improve more than he's going to play better than he did in Toronto?
He's going to have more opportunity to score.
More touches.
More. Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
I think he'll. What did he average?
It had to be around 20.
Yeah, you can see it at 25 per game player now.
Yeah. I mean, he's good. He's one of those players that could give you 40.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? But I don't know. I feel like he's going to take on more of a playmaking role in Houston. That's just me though. But I mean, I don't see him improving that much because he was already killing. I don't see him getting much higher than 25. Yeah.
So let's do this. Who do you think will be the bottom of the West?
You just want to do our seeds right now?
Yeah, we can do that.
Okay. Yeah, let's do it. So we are going to give our seeding for the Western Conference, our predictions. We're going to see who we think is going to be in the playoff picture. We're going to try to predict the seeds. Obviously, that's hard to do. You never know what's going to happen. But you want me to go ahead and list mine? So the teams I have out of the playoffs, and you're going to be surprised by some of these. I don't think they're going to make the playoffs. West is stacked. This is hard. It's hard. I'm sorry if I offend you and your team. San Antonio, Houston, Portland. Let's get them out of the way. I don't think they're going to make it. I don't think Utah's going to make it. OKC, I don't see making the playoffs. I know they were in the play-in, and we said that they could take a leap. Because they have Chet coming in. But I still think they're a developing team, and there's some West teams that got better. It's just plain and simple. I don't think OKC makes it in. I said that I didn't think the Pelicans were going to make the playoffs. And I know that's surprising to some people, but with the Zion question mark, I don't see it happening. Yeah. Also, my next shocker, I don't think Minnesota's making the playoffs.
I don't think so either.
You don't think so either? Good. Okay, so for the people in the playoffs, I put Denver at 1. I know they got worse. We talked about it, but I just can't see putting them lower just because they just won the championship. I'm going to go ahead and give them the 1 seed for right now. Second seed, I got Phoenix, and then I go Sacramento, Golden State, LA Clippers, Lakers, Dallas, and then Memphis.
So I think my top 8 is going to be the Suns, Kings, Nuggets. I believe the Nuggets, they didn't really improve this offseason, so.
Yeah. I mean, yeah.
They're still the Nuggets, though. Time will tell. Then I have the Warriors behind them, Mavericks, Lakers, Memphis, then Clippers.
So who did you kick out?
I left out Thunder, Pelicans, and
and then the rest of the
Houston,
4.
Yeah.
So I think we have the same 8 teams in.
Yeah, it just might be in different orders.
Yeah, different orders.
I think I'm a little bit higher on the Mavericks than you are.
Yeah, but I mean, I'm higher on Denver just because they won.
Yeah.
And there was a point last season when Denver, they admittedly slowed down. Like they said it. They said, hey, yeah, we slowed down a little bit regular season gets. And that's part of the reason of the in-season tournament. Speaking of, what are your thoughts on the in-season tournament this year?
It's going to be weird.
Yeah.
See if the players even want to play in it. It's going to be – you'll see what happens. I don't really know much about it right now.
Yeah.
I don't see players wanting to play more games and risk injuries.
Yeah. Well, so I'm not going to lie. At first, I thought it was stupid. I was like, man, why are we adding an in-season tournament? Like, that's dumb. Because people are going to start adding it to their accomplishments, accolades. And I just don't think it deserves to be in there. You know what I mean? But the more I heard about it, the more it kind of makes sense. Because kind of like what I just mentioned with Denver, stop taking the regular season seriously. Most teams do that.
Yeah.
Most teams with good records do that. They stop taking it seriously. They're like, we're already in playoffs. We need to save ourselves. Right? So what the NBA is trying to do is get away from that. They're trying to get teams to take the regular season more seriously. And for the 2 teams that go to the finals of that in-season tournament, correct me if I'm wrong, they only play 1 more game. So those 2 teams would play 83 games on the season. The rest, everybody else is still 82. It just has to do with who's in your conference or who's in your little pool, and you play them like you normally would in regular season, but it counts toward the tournament. And winners get cash prizes.
Yeah, so it'll just be more competitive basketball, which is always good.
More competitive basketball. That's all they're trying to do. So, I mean, I understand it. It's going to be weird. Everything's weird. The play-in tournament was weird the first time, but everybody loves that. So you never know if this is going to be one of those things that everybody loves.
It'll be cool to see something new. NBA's been in the NBA forever. I didn't really like the play-in when it got added, but it's growing on me.
Yeah.
It gives people a chance, just like Miami.
Mm-hmm.
They were in the play-in, they fought all the way and made it to the ship. They just didn't win. It'll be cool to see something new.
I think that's all on our agenda today, right? Am I missing anything?
That's all we had for today. Next episode, we are going to be covering the East and covering the same things.
Yeah.
It'll be cool to see what happens. I'm already thinking of a most improved player.
Yeah, so thanks for tuning in on this episode. Next episode, we'll be covering the East, so tune in for that. There's a lot of smoke going on over there, like we said, so it's going to be fun.
Yeah, it'll be real cool to see what happens. Seems like this offseason is nowhere near done. There's a lot of things that will still happen, I think. And NBA's coming around the corner pretty soon.
Absolutely.
Shout out to all the people that just got into the Hall of Fame.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. All right, guys, thank you for tuning in to Push the Pace podcast.